First Peter chapter 5, verse 7, casting all your cares upon him, for he careth for you. I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kadash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. Peace and salutation unto the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the 1/3. I'm the brother Yahweh Sabarak, and just a quick message straight through the Spirit. Lord willing, it's edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep that are listening in. And this is going to be upon the topic of, casting all the anxieties that you're having to the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because we've been given that gift, the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, to give up our anxieties, to give up the feelings that we might have that they're not pleasant, right? Whether it be the way that our body feels, whether it be just thoughts that are just of unworthiness, guilt, doubt, whatever the case may be, right? We have the Lord to always go back to and to help us and to assist us. This is our ultimate assistance, and we have to continue to rely on that power, thick and thin, every day of our life, man, because this is all that we have. And we got to always go back to these scriptures because they give us so much peace and comfort. I cannot stress that enough. So this is the first precept that I'm going to bring out. I brought out 1 Peter chapter 5 and 7. I'll bring this out one more time. Casting all your cares upon him, for he careth for you. The Lord cares for his elect. Those that he's given the knowledge and understanding to. He sincerely cares for us. He formed us in the deepest, most inward parts of our mother's womb. So he knows every little bit about us. The scriptures say the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So he always has his eyes on you, and he has angels encampeth around you to, protect you and to guide you. But you have to have that faith and continue to trust in him. You can't just say, I'm going to do this on my own, figure out my own problems. That's shit that the people in the world do. I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to figure it out myself. You have the Lord to help you. All right. The Lord made certain strongholds and demons really strong and powerful, right? So that you can go back to him, so that you can go and get deliverance from these particular things and issues that you're going through. This is the book of Psalms 55 and 22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. So the Lord's not going to suffer. He's not going to allow the righteous, the men that are serving him in truth and sincerity, to be thrown astray. He's not going to allow one of his men to just fall off like that and just be thrown to the curb. Scriptures say, if Yahweh be for us, who can be against us? Right, in the book of Romans. So if the Lord is on your side, he's got your back through it all. Even though it might not seem that way during certain times where it's really heavy, where you're going through a lot of tribulation, the Lord's always with you watching. And he wants to see what you do in these particular moments. Are you going to go and try to figure it out by yourself? Or are you going to go to him? Your ultimate support. Scriptures say the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I believe that's in the book of Jeremiah 17 and 9. 17 and 9. Let's see. Yeah, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? And heart goes into the mind as well. So your mind is deceitful. You always have certain feelings and thoughts, and that's just the flesh, man. That's the flesh trying to make you come back and focus on the things of the world, man. Mortal thoughts. Scriptures say, let go of the mortal thoughts, right? So we're supposed to be walking in the spirit, not fulfilling the lust of the flesh. And these moments that we get tried, when we have thoughts that are that are not clean thoughts, right? It's just more of a reason for us to go into the spirit. Go into the spirit, when the scriptures say in the book of Thessalonians 5:19, pray, quench not the spirit. Quench not the spirit. So you got to always fill up your spirit. You should never be looking into your cup and it's completely empty, man. That's a problem. That's a problem. You should always have your cup filled. Baruch 4 and 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Lord, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. So always be seeking more, trying to come to the Lord for comfort, for support, for edification, okay? And he will lift you up. He sees that. He loves the effort. Akim, he loves the effort, okay? Big or small, nothing that you do that's in sincerity is done in vain, okay? You're storing up your treasures in heaven when you're doing this. These are, you're putting out sacrifices, okay? It doesn't have to be some crazy long lesson. You don't have to read the whole day for the Lord to see it. He sees even the small things. All right, he wants you to be constantly including him throughout your day, because we were created to serve the Lord. All right, we're living sacrifices. This is our reasonable service to do what is acceptable in his will, right? And yeah, this is Matthew 11 and 28 through 30. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. So come on to the Lord when you're brought into a heavy estate, right? When you're downtrodden, when you're feeling down and out, when your flesh is just pushing you down, come to the Lord, and he'll give you that rest. He'll give you that comfort, and that's through these precepts. Scriptures say in the book of Hebrews 4 and 12, the word of Yahweh is alive and active. So every time you have a particular issue that you're going through, you can go back to the precepts and to the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. He gives you something that you're going exact. He gives you a precept that ties into exactly what you are going through, and you see that and you meditate on that, and it just gives you that comfort, man. And we got to constantly go to the comfort, man. We got to go to our mediator, which is Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. All right, and we're gonna find rest in our souls. And listen, this isn't no cakewalk, man. This isn't something where we're gonna be at peace all the time, every single day. We're gonna have moments that are good, and we're gonna also have moments where we're not necessarily feeling it. But we still gotta continue to be diligent. It's not about, just having motivation. Okay, motivation comes and goes, but discipline, right, diligence, that's what keeps you moving forward, even on the days that you don't want to. And trust me, Akim, there's gonna be many days where you don't feel like it, man. There's gonna be many days where you don't get sleep, when your flesh feels like you're just weak, man. You just feel sore, you feel tired, whatever the case may be. You have thoughts that are just not clean. And there's other days where you're feeling hot in the spirit. Every day you gotta still show up for the Lord, man. This is all that we have. All right, this is not the time and the place to just be, I'll figure out the Lord and do what he wants me to do later on, in a week, in a month. We don't know if we have a week or a month. We don't know if it's our last day is going to be today. So we want to do everything that we can to give our best effort, to put our foot forward, and to just increase our standard, man. The Lord wants elite men. He doesn't want average men. He doesn't want men that are half-assed, that are put in one foot in, one foot out. No, he wants every single bit of you, through the days that it's good and through the days that it's bad. All right? He wants every single bit of you. Let's see what we got here. Psalms 34 and 18. The Lord Yahweh is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. I want to bring that out in the NLT. Psalms 34. Let's see, Psalms 34 and 18 in the NLT. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and he rescues those whose spirits are crushed. So he's close to you all the time, man. He's right there watching you, man. Here's the angels encampeth around you, okay? And you got to believe that, man. You got to believe that when you're going through moments where it hurts, you don't feel good, you got to go straight back to the Lord. And you got to pray, man, that he helps you and that he comes forth and gives you that closeness, okay? Because if not, then the demons are going to plague you, all right? What does the scripture say in the book of Ephesians chapter 6? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers. And this precept also comes in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8, right? Talks about Satan roaring like a lion. It's lucky, yeah, the service a little slow right now. I'll bring that out in the NLT. Stay alert and watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour, right? So he's always looking to see how he can get to you through certain thoughts, through giving you one thought, and then that thought prospers into something even worse, right? He's always trying to find little areas and notches where he can open through, and he never takes coffee breaks. Satan never sleeps. That's why you got to always stay prayed up. You got to always put on your armor, and you got to always rely on the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai for comfort and support, okay? Because the Lord made it to where these demons are stronger than you in particular moments. That they hit you heavy. I'll tell you that right now. But he made it so that you got to go back to him, right? You got to go back to him for support. Always, always, always go back to him for support, okay? Psalms 147 and 3, he healeth the broken heart and bindeth up their wounds. So this is the Lord is able to, weave your wounds and stitch up the parts of you that are hurt, that are wounded. You might be going through a breakup. You might have your family members, they just throw you to the curb. You might really feel weak in some instances, man, where you feel like everybody has turned their back on you. But guess what? The Lord will never turn his back on you. He'll never leave you astray. But you got to trust in him. You got to go to him. All right? He'll never leave you if you don't leave him. He will never leave. He will never leave you or forsake you. See, this is the book of Hebrews 13 and 13 and 5. Let your conversations be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For as he saith, I will never leave you or forsake thee. I will never leave thee or forsake thee. So the Lord is never going to leave your side so long that you're sincere. So long that you're showing up for him every single day. All right, when you're feeling good or when you're not feeling good. All right, you're constantly going back to him for comfort and support. All right, because this is all that we have, Akim, at the end of the day. We have nothing else. All right, we have the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and we have the brothers that are warring with us. All right, that's all we have, and we're almost at the end. And we're at war every single day, man. So you got to fight. You got to pick up your cross, okay? Move when you have these certain temptations. Keep moving forward. Take it on the chin and keep moving forward. Because the scriptures say a righteous man falleth 7 times but gets back up. So the Lord wants to see which men are getting up even when they get knocked down, all right? You get on one knee, man, you get knocked down, you get up, you keep fighting, all right? Don't throw in the towel. And always go back to the Lord for comfort and for support with everything that you need. Everything that you need, stay in the Lord's face, okay? Bug the Lord. He loves it when you bug him. He loves it when you're coming to him for something little and for something big. But don't come to him asking him for things that, you don't need. All right, ask for your daily bread. Ask for things that are going to actually allow you to prosper and grow. Things that actually are needed, okay? Don't be asking for things like a Bugatti or a big mansion, because he's going to look at you like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So you got to come to him for everything that you're going through prayer and supplication. Let me bring that out. Through prayer and supplication. Okay, so this is the book of Philippians 4 and 6. Be anxious for nothing. Let's bring this out in the KJV. Okay, be careful. Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh. And the peace of Yahweh, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Hamashiach Yahushai. Okay, so you gotta constantly just always thank the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai with thanksgiving and gratefulness. Thank you, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, for giving me another day to wake up and to serve you. Okay, thank you for just giving me an able body. My extremities, my arms, my legs, the breath of life, just keeping you in this, man, to give you a sound mind. That's one of the most important things, to have a sound mind. Okay, and you have any requests that are specific, let them be made known. If you're asking for more wisdom, for more discernment, for more faith, for the ability to focus more, something that many of us have issues with, is focusing and paying attention. Make your request be made known unto the Lord, and he'll hear you. If you are sincere, he will hear you. and the peace of the Lord, which passes all the understanding, right? He's going to keep your hearts and your minds set on Hamashiach Yahushai, which we look towards Yahushai for our salvation. All right, we look up to Yahushai. That's our role model. Okay, and we got to have our mind focused on him, because that's our salvation. Okay, you got to be calling the proper names, man. That's one thing. You got to be calling the proper names. Don't be calling on no TMH or all these other titles and names. There's one true name. That's Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai, the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His true name is Yahushai, which means that he that delivers. It's our salvation. So we have to have our mind set on Yahushai, okay, and constantly moving forward, constantly asking him for support, constantly just seeking the Lord's face and having faith in everything, man, in this word, okay, because faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, okay, and without faith, this is pointless. You got to have faith. You got to have faith and always go back and dwell in the comfort of the Lord. Find rest in these precepts and just the Lord's presence. Okay, so I wanted to make this lesson very short. Lord willing, it was quick and straight to the point and edifying to those that are listening in. I pray that it was edifying to those that were listening in. And with that being said, I want to give all glory, all honor, and all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well and teach well in sincerity and charity. Peace and salutation all to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the 1/3. Once again, I'm the brother Yahweh Sop. Shalom.